One more good matchup this week for Week 5, and it's kind of hard to believe this is the midway point of the regular season. That's a little bit weird because it's about 104 degrees outside. But I digress. Marcos de Niza and Ironwood Ridge. Ironwood Ridge, definitely one of the best Tucson schools. They're going to have to make the trip up here to Tempe to face a Marcos de Niza team that is not cruised, but is undefeated and looks every bit a title contender. Is Marcos de Niza a title contender still at this point?
Yeah, I mean, when you beat Chaparral and beat Notre Dame by that much, and beat Perry last week, they've had good wins, and now Ironwood Ridge. If they win this game, it'll kind of cement themselves as one of the top three. I think they're there either way, but this is a statement game for them, and they lost last year to Ironwood Ridge. I think Marcos really wants this game, and you kind of look at that schedule and say, they win this game, they probably run the table feeling really good about themselves, and they're definitely going to be in that conversation if they win this one.
Yeah, the schedule after this week, like you said, definitely softens pretty much the rest of the way for Marcos de Niza, at least in the regular season. I know Gilbert is in that mix, and they've got a season-ending meeting with Cesar Chavez. Outside of that, it is pretty squishy soft, as it turns out, for Roy Lopez's team. Is there something different or better with this team, with this Marcos team, than last year's team, than 2 years ago even?
Yeah, I mean, they always have athletes, but I think Josh Eckley at quarterback, having a guy that can kill you with his legs, he can throw the ball pretty good. He just gives them another dimension, I think, and the defense always has to be aware of him. Even if he's handing the ball off, they have to kind of freeze to make sure he's not holding it. And it just makes it tougher for the defense when you have a guy like that at quarterback. And I think he's the big difference. They've always had a good defense. They've always had, talented wide receivers and running backs. But a really hot shot quarterback goes a long way.
Yeah, and he got a little bit of time last year in sort of a backup duty to then Tommy Thornton. And he's certainly, like you said, made them a different dimension. It'll be interesting to see not only how they deal with Ironwood Ridge's defense, but going forward, how they get through the rest of the regular season, and then the uptick that they're obviously competitive uptick they're going to face in the playoffs. But that's still several weeks away. So in the meantime, head out to Marcos de Niza at 7 p.m. on Friday night. And if you can't make it out there or anywhere else, you can join us for VX Live starting at 6:30 p.m. right here at varsity.evtrib.com.